Let's turn our notebook sideways so that we can make sure we're going landscape style. We want to make sure that we redraw our map every time because that's what's putting it into our brain. The repetition, doing it over and over and over and over again. So here we go. Grab your pen or your pencil. I like to use different colors, but you, of course, don't have to. You are able to just use one if that's what you choose to do. Here we go. On this map, we draw our eye, our nose, and our chin. When I say I, I'm talking about the country that's always watching its colonies, and that is, of course, going to be England. England is going to be a part of the continent of Europe. Inside Europe, there are two countries that are nosy about what's going on. Sometimes they get involved, sometimes they don't. That is Spain and France. And, of course, the continent holding us up in our economic trade is going to be the continent of Africa. So eye, nose, chin. When we talk about the eye, nose, and chin, we are really talking about the old world. And if we remember in the old world in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Where was he looking to go? He was looking to go west to get to Asia. And if I think about why he went, I think of his purse that he's going to bring, and of course it is economic. Now, does Columbus land in Asia? Of course not. Instead, he lands in the New World, and we're going to go ahead and draw our United States. We obviously don't draw it to scale. We make it a little bit bigger because we're going to label inside of it. So I start up at the northwest corner, go across, dip down, curve around. I'm going to come down the side and hook around. I'm going to go across, bump for Texas, across, and up. And this right here is going to be my new world. Inside, with our new world, we need to label some of our geographical features. So here we go. We're going to start off by labeling the Atlantic Ocean. Now notice, I'm just abbreviating this time. Last time we wrote it out, but because we've already done it once, we can go ahead and abbreviate. There are some things that we will have to make sure that we write out a little bit more, but for this, we can just abbreviate. All right, moving on westward, as you hit the land, the first natural barrier that's going to prevent colonists from expanding west is, of course, the Appalachian Mountains. Right there, APPMTS, Appalachian Mountains. All right, up top, we have those 5 lakes all together, most often called the Great Lakes. To remember my Great Lakes, I think of homes. Lake Huron, Lake Ontario, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, and Lake Superior. All right, as we move further west, we have America's highway, travel, trade, transportation. This is, of course, the Mississippi River. I'm just abbreviating that one. The Mississippi River flows into the Gulf of Mexico. Going further west still, our highest mountain range is, of course, the Rocky Mountains. And then Manifest Destiny, sea to shining sea, is going to be the Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Pacific Ocean. All right, that is our geography. Now we're going to label our exploration. Starting with our first exploration group. Let's think about it. It is, of course, the savage Spanish slaveholders. The Spanish were not very nice to the Native Americans in the New World. And then we go, okay, they came to the south and to the west. We know they came to this area. They came for gold. There's my economic reasons. They came to say, this is my land. That is political. And then finally, the Pope sent them out to tell them to convert the natives to their Catholic religion. So I have economic, political, and religious. All right, moving on to my second group. My second group is going to be the friendly French fur traders. My friendly French fur traders. They're going to go up the Mississippi River. So down here in New Orleans, and then they go up the river. And so they, of course, are the friendly French fur traders. They were nice to the natives, so they are economic right there. And they want to say, this is mine. So we have political. All right, our third group, our final group, really the group that we're going to talk about for colonization purposes is, of course, always watching, it is England right here. So I'm going to go put ahead and put my E. And we're going to learn this week that the first reason England came is, of course, economics, money. We're going to talk about Jamestown, Virginia. The second reason we're also going to talk about this week is Plymouth, Massachusetts, and the Pilgrims, the Puritans, religious freedom. And then, of course, we want to say, this is mine. There's my political. And then finally, creating a better life, there is my social. So these are my explorer groups. But with these explorer groups, we are going to see that it's not enough just to explore here. Let's not forget that they wanted, and this is new, so I'm going to actually use a new color because this is new information, that they actually, from the old world, were still trying to get to Asia. And that path that they wanted to get to Asia was referred to as the Northwest Passage. And if we remember already learning about the Northwest Passage and Franklin's expedition and those bodies that they found 100 years later frozen in the ice, that there is no Northwest Passage. The ice was too thick. It was too hard to try to get from Europe all the way to Asia. All right, besides that, with our explorers going that, knowing that they didn't get to Asia, they are going to exchange between our old world and our new world. And this, of course, is going to be our Columbian exchange. Right there. And so we know that goods are going to be exchanged between that old world and that new world. They get lots of new stuff. Of course, they also get new diseases, which is going to decimate the population of the new world, probably up to maybe 90-95% that they predict. So go ahead. Here is your map and your review for this one. This, of course, covers still our exploration.